Well, good morning, everybody. Welcome to week 6. I hope that you are doing well this Sunday morning. And I just wanted to come on and do a very brief video, and then I'll come back later this week and talk a little bit about the discussion board. But what we're looking at this week is we're looking at the difference between 20th century education and 21st century education. And a lot of the conflict that we have with teachers, coming into the 21st century education is many of us, myself included, are like, well, I learned just fine. I filled the vessel was filled. And that's kind of, 20th century is about filling the vessel. It's about retelling. And there's nothing wrong with any of those things. It's not like we want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. But we're coming into this world with technology where instead of just filling the vessel, we also have to kindle the spark. And there's a really great quote that Plato says. Hang on, let me pull it up really fast because I keep it on my computer because I like it. Do not train a child to learn by force of harshness, but direct them to it by what amuses their mind, so that you may be better able to discover with accuracy the peculiar bent of the genius of each. I love that. You might see that often in when people talk about 21st century education versus 20th century education. And this focus on CTE, career tech, finding out what children, and of course we still have to teach them nouns, verbs, math, those types of things, but 21st century education is about finding that spark in a student and making them want to study something. And so when we look at our 21st century education, you're looking at the 4 C's, which is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. And those are the things that we are starting to really see. We don't have any idea, I've said this before, what their jobs are going to be or what technology is going to look like years from now. And we want students to know how to not only navigate technology, but we also want them to understand like how we learn. There's much more focus on us, like explaining like how our brains work. There's more focus on us facilitating in our classroom, or maybe doing flipped classrooms where students already have the content from you creating a video like this that they're looking at their own time, creating a list of questions or threads that they want answered before they come back to the classroom and start working maybe in collaborative groups that you have them set around the room and you're facilitating kind of from the middle. And then that way students can move at different paces as well. That if a group's going slower than another group, you can focus on that, or if somebody's moving ahead, you can focus on that. If a group branches out within what you are working on, you can focus on that. And so that's what we're looking at in 21st century education. And it's funny, I was talking about it, and I don't know if I was talking about with this class or the other class that I'm teaching right now, but I was thinking about the old card catalogs back in the day. And one of the things about the old card catalogs and the cross cataloging and all of that, but it had a way of, and this is, 20th century, it had a way of helping us to navigate the internet. And one of the things that I see with students today, and this is learning to learn and finding that spark and teaching them, is that when they go on the internet, one, they oftentimes have a hard time finding reputable sites, and two, when they're looking to find something and they don't find it under one key search, they're not quite sure how to cross catalog in their mind to continue on with their search that might lead them to what they're looking for. And so these are all things that we want to think about when we're teaching today. Finding a way to kindle the spark, get them to be creative, learn to learn, modeling our brains so that they can see that, how we get to where we get, or the mistakes we make and how we move through them. And then collaboration, because as well as I do, we have to learn how to communicate and get along in life. with our families, with our relationships, in the workplace. And those of us that are not good at collaborating or don't have the people skills to talk and express our ideas, one, clearly, but also kindly, doesn't mean you can't be firm, but you can't be rude without collaborating. They're not getting those skills. So that's why we want to move away from a 90-minute class that is all us talking instead of them talking. But once again, we have to act as facilitators where, we just can't let them talk mindlessly. We have to find ways to keep them on track or pop around and guide them, or through technology, pop on and guide them and kind of help them come to those places where creatively together they get that pop, that aha spark. And, I know you all have friends or colleagues out there where you've been working through something together, and, somebody's opinion or somebody's thoughts leads you to a new place that's very exciting for you or helps you get where you need to go. And so, that's why, we're looking at so much collaboration today. And in 21st century education, there's my husband. Hi. And so something to think about. So what I want you to focus on this week is the 4 C's. And once again, you're going to see them in everything you do, but it's critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. Your assignment this week, remember that you're working on your future predictions, the educator presentation. So you should be reading your tech book. You should be working on your future predictions for education presentation, and then you have the week 6 discussion forum. If you need anything, let me know. Email me. If you don't hear back from me within 24 hours, feel free to text me and go, hey, Professor Wood, answer that email. It was a little crazy with my mom being sick, but she's much better now. I'm in my last week of school coming up, so that's great. I'm really looking forward to that. And that's about it. And we will also talk more about the EdTech books. I want to tell you what I'm reading right now, which I think is very good. But I won't get into that to this video. I just wanted to do a brief video today and just say hello and talk to you a little bit about the difference between 20th century education and 21st century education and how we are trying to drive children to kind of kindle that spark, so that we're not just spoon feeding, them information, that we're finding ways to get them excited about the information. So have a wonderful week, and I will talk to you soon. Please let me know if you need anything. Bye-bye.